Hey, what's up and welcome to Tech House. My name is Nick and today I am going to show you how you can install ExpressVPN and use it on any device, regardless whether it is Windows, Mac, or iPhone, or Android, or maybe even a TV. I'm going to make sure that by the end of this video, you're going to be an expert in ExpressVPN yourself. All the links that I mentioned in this video are going to be placed in the description below, as well as any special offers that I find on ExpressVPN. So let's not waste any further time and get to the video. Whether you're using PC, Mac, Android, or iPhone, ExpressVPN did a great job in cohesion, and the app looks almost identical in all of these systems. So for this example, I'm going to be using the Mac version, and I'm going to highlight any differences I find in the other versions. Lucky for us, using ExpressVPN is as simple as it gets. All you gotta do is press the big button that says connect, and all of a sudden you're connected and using the VPN. But if you'd like to specify which server you're connecting from, then you can hit the location button over here, and that's going to open up a new window with a selection of all the servers and countries you can connect to. You can filter your results by searching for a specific country or city. Then you have the smart location, which is the closest and fastest server available to you. Each country has a drop-down from which you can select the cities. And next to each server there's a star which you can click in order to add it to your favorites. You can get even more options by moving away from the recommended list and going to all, and here you can see all of the countries and cities that are available to us. Then there's also the recent tab, which shows the recent servers you've connected to and also your favorites. And that's it for the country selection, so now let's have a look at some settings. So let's go ahead and select preferences and go through each one of these 6 menus. If you want all of your internet traffic to go through a VPN all the time, then you can choose to launch ExpressVPN on startup. As well as you have the option not only to launch ExpressVPN, but also to connect to your last used VPN connection. Then you have a network lock. Other VPNs refer to this as a kill switch, which basically disconnects you from the internet if your VPN disconnects. If you're concerned about your security, then this feature should be turned on. The best way to think about it is, say you're in a masquerade ball and all of a sudden your mask disappears, you're left there for everybody to see your face. What this does is, if your mask disappears, you disappear with the mask. This also means that your internet connection will cut out and you will no longer be able to use the internet. But when the VPN connection resumes, you'll also be able to resume your browsing. And then the sub-feature of that is to allow access to devices on your local network, such as printers or file servers. For example, I have a printer and a NAS storage device, which do not require a VPN to function. So yes, keep that option on as well. Next, we have a feature called split tunneling, also known as whitelisting, which allows you to manage your connections on a per app basis. The way that I use this setup is I set one of my browsers to be whitelisted and not use the VPN. So whenever I don't need the VPN services for a website, I can just open that browser and not have to disconnect from my VPN. Next up, we have protocols. And if you're a first-time VPN user, this might be a little bit confusing, but there's always the automatic version, which will work most of the time perfectly for everybody. However, playing around with these settings might improve your speed. So let me give you a quick summary of how this works. Here you'll find Lightway, which is ExpressVPN's improved version of OpenVPN. Then you have the differentiation of UDP and TCP. Now, UDP is the overall better connection, which is faster and more secure. However, if you're struggling from disconnected networks, then TCP will have a better connection over speed. Then you have IKE v2, which you can try if the above connections for some reason do not work. And if all other connections fail, in the most unlikely scenario, there's L2TP/IPsec, which you really should never try unless all of your connections are not working. In fact, ExpressVPN sorted these out from top to bottom, from best to worst. So let's move on to the next tab, which is the account. Here you'll be able to renew your subscription or sign out of your account. And if you recommend ExpressVPN to a friend and they sign up, you'll get 30 days for free. Moving on to shortcuts. This is these 5 shortcuts over here, which you can add. You can add websites or apps. So I'm going to add a speed test app just to show you how it looks. Right, let's move on to the browsers. Here you can get a browser extension for Chrome or Firefox. And this basically adds an icon to your browser where you can control your VPN. Alright, so let's move on to the last menu, which is the advanced. Here you have the option to help ExpressVPN improve their services by sending them anonymous bits of information such as speed tests, usability, diagnostic reports, and whatever else. And IPv6 leak protection. You really wouldn't want to disable this feature because most of the internet uses IPv4 in anyways. Now, ExpressVPN has its own DNS running on all of its servers, so I don't see a reason why you'd want to disable this feature, as it will reduce your security if it's not selected. And then finally, appearance. You can choose to have your VPN show up in your menu bar and dock, or menu bar only or dock only. That pretty much wraps up on how to use your VPN on a Mac or PC. Now, as promised, I'll show you the difference between this and the iOS/Android app. For the most part, it's exactly the same. You have the tap to connect interface, and lower, you can select which server you want to connect to. And just like before, you can search, choose from the recommended locations list, or search for all locations. However, you'll notice that the favorites feature is missing. Then in the top left corner, we tap the menu and select the settings, and we're greeted with only 3 options. Auto Connect allows you to reconnect to your VPN automatically in case it drops. Then if you go to the VPN protocol, you see that it's very simplified. You have the automatic settings, UDP, TCP, and IKV2. Automatic or UDP once again are the best options. Finally, if you have any problems with a VPN, you can tap the Reinstall VPN configuration button. When it comes to the TV app, I couldn't find much difference between the mobile app. In fact, it is pretty much almost identical. Same connect button, same way to connect to the servers, sorted by smart, recent, and recommended locations. And within seconds, I was able to connect to Netflix as if I was streaming from any part of the world which I wanted to. And now, as I promised you at the start of this video, you are an ExpressVPN pro yourself. I honestly think it's one of the best VPNs out there, and if you don't yet have a subscription, check out the links below because I often do research on finding the best discounts, deals, coupons, and whatever else. So I'm going to link those down in the description below so that you can get a great VPN at a great price. That being said, ExpressVPN does come at a bit of a price premium, so if you're willing to save a few bucks, then NordVPN is a great alternative. It's also easy to use and has great speeds, and I've made videos about it on my channel, so check it out. And if you're looking for the most budget VPN, then may I suggest looking into Surfshark. Although it might not be the fastest VPN sometimes, and connecting usually takes a while, but it will do the job, and it also provides you with unlimited licenses. I have links to all 3 of them in the links below so that you can make a better informed decision. I hope you liked this video, and if you learned something, consider giving this video a thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!